How you doing, jerk-offs? Welcome back. I know it's been a little while between drinks, but here we are in Australia, coming to you live from Sydney. I always like saying coming to you live because a podcast is obviously recorded in advance. What a useless piece of information. I hope you're all well. I'm sorry it has been a while. I've been busy avoiding fires and now floods and obviously buying toilet paper. I don't know why Australia, in the wake of the coronavirus, has decided that we need to take heaps of shits and clean them up, but here we are. I didn't think it was an actual thing, and then I went outside my house and there was just a bunch of people holding toilet paper on the street, something I've never seen before, so I assume it is the real deal. I don't know why people are taking this thing so seriously, but, you know, a podcast, very safe form of hanging out. If you're worried about an infectious disease / global pandemic, right? Nothing to worry about there. What else has been happening? I've been like at different shows around Australia. I've been in the goddamn country. Then I've been in Canberra, the nation's capital. I don't know if you know anything about Canberra, but it's quite a boring place. Well known for roundabouts and the Science Museum Questacon. That's aimed at adolescents, that Science Museum, trying to make science interesting. It's obviously failed, but that's okay. They're keeping on giving it a go, and there's a big old slide that you can enjoy. Then I was up in Armidale, which is rich country up in New England. That is right, England. We have a New England here. It's home to Tamworth, Armidale, other places like that. The Tamworth Country Music Festival is a place I have performed stand-up comedy before, and by God, that is not an audience that enjoys stand-up comedy or Daniel Muggleton as a human being. We don't have a lot in common, but hey, it was cool to see that some people dress like Jessica Simpson in real life. That was a bit of fun. But yeah, I'm sorry that I haven't been in touch more often. Basically, I don't know if you know this, but London is one of the cultural melting pots of the world. There's lots of people there from all over the place, and they're doing things. They're in the creative industries because it's known as like a hub for music, comedy, all these things. And now living in Sydney, it's not quite like that. I don't know if you've heard about Australia's immigration policy, but it's not very easy to get in here. So I've had genuine trouble finding guests. Basically, I've listened to you guys. Like, thank you so much for getting in touch with me. Obviously, all the usual candidates like Jake and Jackie and Dash getting involved, telling me what they want to see with the pod going forward. They like the interview. They want to have 2 guests if possible. But I think it is actually just a little bit difficult to be able to hook that up on a weekly basis in Australia. For fans, fear not. I'm 3 weeks away from going to the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, where a bunch of comedians from around the world will be there. I will chat to all the interesting ones and talk to none of the boring ones. Of course, there are some people who've already been on the podcast. So I won't be able to talk to them again, so please don't be offended on their behalf. But we'll get that happening. And then Sydney Comedy Festival is right after that. So I'll do that again. And then we're going to have to see what happens. In June, the back end of June there, I'm getting married. I think I've mentioned that before. So that's all happening. And then I'm in Europe and the UK for about 2.5 months, doing gigs in Dubai, the Edinburgh Fringe again, and then some stuff on continental Europe, maybe in the UK as well, pending bookings and visa stuff. So I will be back. I will be able to interview people at Edinburgh, obviously, but it's a little bit of a fork in the road because I won't be able to record episodes weekly, if that makes sense. Like other podcasts, they definitely record a bunch at a time and then release them weekly. But I've always been pretty honest with you guys and doing it week to week, which I think you'd realize based on, a lot of the things we talk about are quite topical on the podcast, in addition to the breakdown of the UK and Australia and all that kind of stuff. So basically, yeah, I'm trying to figure out if it's possible with a whole bunch of planning, if I can keep this thing going. Fear not, though. If you just enjoy me talking, I'm in the process of cooking something up that is more sustainable in Australia and in Sydney that I can do. And I would love you guys to listen to that. You'll obviously be the first to know when I put that out. Beyond that, I'm putting out a lot more stand-up clips at the moment. So if you enjoy me, maybe in a shorter format, maybe with an audience laughing there along with you, get across to my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Daniel Muggleton. and you'll get regular content on there from me. There's all the old episodes of the podcast on there as well, including the filmed episodes, obviously, with producer Mooch over there in Vauxhall Comedy Club Studios. But now, what we have for you today, digging in the goddamn archives from Edinburgh Fringe last year, I've got my chat with Christopher Macarthur-Boyd. He's from Glasgow. He's Protestant from memory, and he supports Rangers. This is a very odd booking for me. As you all know, I love a goddamn Catholic, and Chris is none of those things, but he's an awesome comedian, super hilarious dude. Every time I see him, I forget how cool he is. He's a cool guy, and he's also married to an Australian. No, not married to an Australian. Sorry, that's Liam Withnail. His partner is Australian. I got to say, a lot of Scottish comedians end up hooking up with Australians, or just like Scottish people in general. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think there's a real shared camaraderie between the Scottish and the Australians, something to do with our hatred of the English and general proximity to them. But there's something there. That's why they're the best crowds, and that's why we get on real good, and they do well when they come out here. But I want to take you to that just to give you a little breakdown. I think this is in maybe the last week of the 2019 Edinburgh Fringe. Chris and I are both absolutely cooked mentally, and we struggle through a conversation that I hope is interesting. I think it was. At the time, it felt significant, but I can't be sure. So, guys, I hope you enjoy that. Here is my chat with Christopher Macarthur-Boyd. Jerk-offs, you're the best. And we're in. Mate, it's on.
It's on, man.
It's that quick. I know. Caught you off guard.
Yeah, I'm not prepared.
You're not prepared. You don't seem prepared so far. Like, I'm actually tempted to start again just because you lack
energy.
Your charisma. Your well-known charisma. The Chris Macarthur-Boyd, I'm worth 3 names charisma.
Yeah. I have a reputation for having zero chat.
Really?
I think so. I think people think of me and they go, oh, he's good on stage, but then, oh, God. You ever shared a car with him?
Right, you're not a good car comedian.
No.
I don't think I'm actually probably better in the car.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
that must be a source of...
Yeah, like I don't want a TV spot. I just want a comedians in cars getting coffee spot.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's when I can fucking shine.
I would love to go with Jerry Seinfeld to a coffee shop and then just treat minimum wage workers with absolute disdain, despite being a fucking billionaire.
Yeah, I gotta say that one with Eddie Murphy was unwatchable. Because I liked it before, but then like the one with Eddie Murphy, I was like, this is like 2 really rich men jerking each other off, but without like the courage to actually touch their dicks. Yeah. You know what I mean?
If they'd just start crying if they touched each other's dicks, man. They don't have the balls.
Who do you reckon has the bigger dick between Jerry Seinfeld and Eddie Murphy?
Seinfeld has a hog, man. Seinfeld has a serious hog. Have you seen Daddy Daycare? No. There's a frame in it where you see Eddie Murphy's cock.
Really?
No.
Oh. I'd love that.
Yeah, if you pause Daddy Daycare right at the scene where he dresses up like a big pack of grapes.
Does it say it's hanging some dick?
You see his tiny cock.
I mean, surely like Raw and Delirious, there was definitely some outline. There was some outline dong.
Yeah. People are like, oh, I love that bit where it's like, what have you done for me lately in Raw? But it's like, I wasn't all paying attention to the jokes. I was watching his dick print shift underneath pleather.
I don't think it's pleather. I think it was real leather.
Sometimes I go on stage wearing a black denim jacket and I go, this is too hot.
Yeah.
He was on stage in a theatre running about in a fucking leather catsuit.
And really like owning it too. Like moving around way more than either of us have ever moved.
Yeah. You can't see that he never goes, oh, fuck.
Never just does like an exhale like, I'm so hot.
Yeah.
Because I mean, our spot at Edinburgh, I think for me, is the only time I've ever sweated on stage. Like that's how hot that room is. Counting House Lounge.
I was in the loft one year in there.
And that was hotter?
Yeah. My now girlfriend was the tech and she was in the loft for the full day. Yeah. And she would drink a litre bottle of water every show.
Every show? Yeah. And just sweat it out?
Just fuck. She was so sweaty. That's why I was attracted to her, because she was like a UFC fighter. She was just fucking sweating, and I was like, oh, she could kick fuck out me, man.
Yeah. She's hydrated and sweaty.
She's hydrated.
This is my kind of broad.
And potentially violent in a cage.
Has violence come through? Because she's an Australian lady, right?
She's an Aussie. She's from Canberra though, so.
From Canberra. Okay, so the politest possible.
Yeah.
The least Australian of Australians, I think.
I'm meeting her dad for the first time tomorrow.
Shit. Have you met the mum?
I met the mum.
Have you ever been there?
I've been to Australia.
You've
Never
been
been to
to
Canberra. But I've been to Perth and I've been to Adelaide.
For
The
comedy?
Fringes. Yeah. The Fringes.
Okay. How did you find us as a bunch? Because like we, obviously on this thing we talk about you guys a lot. So, but I love to hear you talk about us.
Oh yeah.
I want to know the first impressions. I'm with Chris Macarthur-Boyd, by the way. We should do that. I don't think we said
I'm Christopher Macarthur-Boyd.
No, just you don't have to say.
And you're Daniel Muggleton.
Fucking guys, big shock. The voice belongs to the man you know. That's it.
Oh man.
But no, sorry. Before I get into that, 3 names.
Mm-hmm.
Was that there was already a Chris Boyd in comedy thing?
I did not know. Well, I was Christopher Boyd till I was like 7. And then my dad was like, that's not your name. And I was like, what? And he was like, and the birth certificate is Christopher Macarthur-Boyd. So he told the school. So I went for being at the start of the list of names. Like, if you're doing things alphabetically, you want to be Boyd. Like, you want to be like the third person.
Right.
But then
you
when
can
you're
tune out.
Yeah, but when you're M, you're in the middle.
Well, I'm M, obviously.
Oh, it sucks.
I've only experienced the middle.
No,
but I was an only child, so I feel like I experienced the top of the list.
Sure. But in class, like, if you do things alphabetically or reverse alphabetically,
Yeah.
you're always in the middle, man.
It's true.
People are bored.
People are bored? That's interesting. I thought like at the start there's like more pressure. I think I celebrate the boredom, which is why I prefer doing an hour of comedy. Because by the 40-minute mark, no one gives a shit. You can really get away with some stuff.
I've got my interest in bit 40 minutes in.
Really? That's good. That's
it's
good.
about the environment, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Talk about the environment.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
You don't think I do?
Absolutely not. I don't believe anyone in this country gives 2 shits about the environment.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. I go, my girlfriend cares because she's Australian, and I don't because I'm Scottish.
Right.
Yeah.
I talk about a similar thing.
Yeah, if Australia gets 2 degrees hotter, you'll burst into flames. If we get 2 degrees hotter, we're like, oh no, my life's finally bearable.
We got the same bit.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck!
Did you put that out on a YouTube video?
No. Have you?
Think, fuck. I'm always scared. I'll say like, oh, I've got this bit, and then it'll be one of your bits that you've got on the fucking internet.
Shit. I wouldn't have seen you do it, would I?
No.
No.
It's just an obvious lazy joke.
I mean, I did come up with it on stage 2 days ago, so yeah.
Okay.
It was a riff that's now become entrenched.
I'm sure you were just in some green room and everybody was discussing the hot bit of the Fringe, and you just sucked it up like Robin Williams at the back of the comedy.
Dude, that's it. I'm well known for my plagiarism. This isn't even the first podcast. Did you know? This is an original concept. A comedian talking to another comedian. Unbelievable. So wait, the Macarthur-Boyd is like, it's a hyphenator?
Yeah.
For the last name.
Yeah.
Macarthur-Boyd.
Some people are like, oh, is your name Christopher Macarthur-Boyd? And I'm like, that would be fucking insane.
I thought it might be middle name. I thought it might be like
my middle name's Neil.
Assassin.
Neil.
Christopher Neil Macarthur-Boyd.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, sounds good.
That is very that's Protestant.
It's pretty Protestant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm like as a Catholic boy, like my senses are like that's pretty
This guy doesn't care about Jesus.
Bit orange.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So till like 7, you were just Chris Boyd.
Mm.
And then
There's like a Rangers player who's like the most Protestant guy ever, and he's called Chris Boyd.
Really?
Yeah.
But so I guess for comedy it's kind of useful then, because then people find you. You know what I mean? They're like, they're not to be mistaken with other Chris Macarthur-Boyds.
No, there's no other ones.
But it's fucking long, dude.
There's 4 people in the world with a second name Macarthur-Boyd, and there's 1 dog.
Just your fam?
Yeah.
Was it a conjoin?
Like no, it's like my dad's dad. His second name was Boyd. And then he died when my dad was like 3 months old. So he got a stepdad, and his name was something MacArthur. And then they were like a long-term thing. So they put the 2 second names together to make it Macarthur-Boyd.
So your dad was the first Macarthur-Boyd?
Yeah.
And then Ever. That's nuts.
He was an innovator, man.
What does he do? What's his thing?
Hairdresser.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So that way you got such sharp hair. You got pretty sharp hair.
Not now. This is 3 weeks into the Fringe. I've not seen my dad in a while.
He does your hair?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, you go in the kitchen, put a towel around your neck, and talk shop.
That's sick. I'm into that.
Yeah, it's nice. Sometimes you go out in the patio. And
So you
the
don't-
wood goes in through the gaps in the wood.
You don't go to the barbershop. You don't want to go
No.
the office. You want to
No,
keep it
no,
keep it in the family.
I don't have normal work hours, you know.
Right.
I
So
don't-
you family home.
Yeah, I
Just
go to
pop
the house.
over to dad's for a little.
Yeah, and then it just means I see my family as well.
That's funny. Because I don't know what I go to my dad's for. I think that's why I don't see him very much.
What's your dad do?
He's a lawyer. Yeah.
I mean, if you were going to him a lot, you'd be worried.
That's true. So dad, like,
More litigation, papa.
I know you've told me before, but felony? What does that mean? But I was a law student also.
Oh,
So like I got
Oh, that's
lineage.
cute.
Did you ever cut some hair? Did you ever
I worked at my dad's hairdressers for like 3 years.
really cutting
Yeah.
hair or
No, I wasn't allowed.
you weren't allowed? Just
I said to my dad, I was like, I want to leave school. I want to become a hair. I hate school. It makes me so upset. I want to come be a hairdresser. And he went, no.
really?
Yeah, he's like, don't do this.
My dad was like that with being a lawyer. He was
Yeah.
like, you can study it. I was allowed to study it, but he's like, you can't become this thing.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean you can? Why would you study it then if you're not becoming it?
Oh, cause like it's like one of those degrees that like makes you seem smart and shit. One of those.
Yeah.
You're not buying this at all, are you?
It just seems it's like studying history and then not becoming a historian.
That's like 90% of people study history.
Bad example.
Yes. But did you go to uni then?
For like 9 months and then I dropped out.
Right.
Yeah. I had a girlfriend in Glasgow. I went to uni in Edinburgh and then the relationship was falling apart for obvious reasons. So I moved back to Glasgow. But then we broke up. So I went into a college course to get back into the course that I dropped out of, but I dropped out of that as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So just really try to save this young relationship. But your parents just like, don't do it.
Have you seen my heart tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a tattoo on my heart.
Yeah.
Of my heart. I was going to get that girl's initial, and the tattoo guy was like, don't. He was like, see if you're still together in 6 months, come back and I'll do a wee initial.
Yeah.
And then I never went back because we broke up.
Surely like tattoo people and like family lawyers would be like the most cynical about relationships.
I think so.
Just the amount of car crashes they've seen. They're like, yeah, we're going to be together forever, get the initials in. And like 3 months later being like, anyway, you can turn it into a flower.
I don't know how doctors get out of bed in the morning.
Doctors?
Yeah.
Why doctors?
You must be so nihilistic to see cunts die every day.
But I think that's like kind of different. Like that's just like death is ever present. So you probably like appreciate stuff. Whereas
Oh,
like,
that's a nice way of looking at it.
whereas like the lawyers and the tattoo people are just like, nothing lasts.
These are all fucked.
Yeah. But-
Everybody's fucked.
So what were you studying at uni when you dropped out?
Journalism.
Journalism. So
Yeah.
you want to be a journalist. You do have a very music journalist aesthetic.
I wanted to be a music journalist, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to review
punk,
bands.
like punk kind of journalist.
I was more into like Indian stuff.
I don't know. I got the punk thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I joined a hardcore punk band after.
Yeah. I mean, like not to
Not
know,
to bury the lead, but
not to brag, but I nailed it. Yeah, hardcore punk band.
yeah, Gunfinger.
Gunfinger.
You can look up a repeat on Bandcamp.
Really? It's still
Oh
there?
yeah.
That's
yeah.
sick.
And then one track from an unreleased 7-inch.
How's Glasgow in terms of putting out bands? Are there a lot of good bands from Glasgow?
Yeah, man.
Give me
It's
some.
one of the best in the world.
Yeah, give me some examples.
Franz Ferdinand.
Great.
Great band. Belle and Sebastian.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they're
I thought-
from Glasgow.
I thought they were Australian for some reason.
You think
Doesn't
they're
matter.
Australian?
Just in my head, Belle and Sebastian were Australian. I had no proof. I couldn't name a Belle and Sebastian song, but they just sound like an Australian band.
They sound French, but alright.
Snarky from Chris Boyd
Bit
today.
of snark.
Yeah.
Indie snark.
Indie Snark, yeah.
Glaswegian. They were from Glasgow. Not a huge fan, but no, can you delete the fact I've said that?
No, you said not a huge fan?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Oh no!
I want on the record. I want.
No, I know one of the guys in it. He's super cool, man.
Okay, so you actually want me to get rid of the name of the band you hate?
He's nice. He's lovely.
But is that
But
like
I know him outside the band.
a nickname for the city of Glasgow?
Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Sort of, but not really.
But like a joke, because like in Australia there's Bris Vegas. Like Brisbane is called Bris Vegas because it's shit.
Oh,
Like that's how Australian nicknames work.
Glasgow just sucks its own dick so much.
Well, Glasgow loves itself.
It loves itself.
Really?
It's like, oh, there's nothing like the Glasgow banter. And you're like, there's a lot like it, actually.
Not particularly unique.
No.
Okay, so is that because obviously outside Glasgow is kind of given like a rough reputation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like rough and ready, that
Yeah.
kind of vibe. But within Glasgow, it's like, this is the best place in the world. What are you fucking crazy?
Oh no, we're like, oh, it's rough, but that's the best way things should be. And you're like, what? Why is this good? And it's great. It is genuinely one of the best cities in the world. But that's me. I know that we suck our own dick. Most people are just like head down, sucking
their own dick,
not even knowing they're doing it. Just
headphones in, listening to Franz Ferdinand.
Oh God. I said 2. 10,000 days. Yeah, it's pretty self-congratulatory.
But you used to live there.
I still live there.
Is there any chance of moving
to
anywhere? Like, is that on the cards? Because you got an Australian girlfriend. I assume she wants better for you than Glasgow.
No, she loves Glasgow.
Really?
Yeah. Have you been in Glasgow? You done Red Raw once at the stand?
Yeah, that's the only time I've been there. I was very much in and out. I would like to spend more time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You'd dig it.
Yeah. What's it good going for it? Why is it sucking its own dick?
It's hip.
Give me some characteristics of the dick.
It's hip, bro.
It's hip. Like hipster?
Some bits. It's just a lot going on. It's just one of those cities where, I guess this is every city, but whatever you want to do, you can just do it.
Right.
You know?
But like it does seem like people are very loyal to it, like in a way that, like, I would say they're not to Edinburgh.
No. Nobody. This is a capital city, so it's like nobody here is from here, you know?
Right. So Glasgow's got the local thing.
If you do the Edinburgh stand, you're performing to like 20% Edinburgh people and then like 80% tourists and English people. And if you do the Glasgow stand, it's like 90% Glaswegian, 10% tourists.
Right.
So it's more the people who are there.
Okay. And like, what's the kind of like relationship between Glasgow and Edinburgh? Does Glasgow think like Edinburgh people are pussies and all that shit? Like
100%.
Your standard
Yeah.
second city
God.
mentality.
It's embarrassing, man. It's like, we fucking hate them. And then Edinburgh just doesn't care. They're like, oh, they're scum, but they're far enough away that it doesn't bother us.
Okay.
But then I always find Edinburgh junkies are fucking way worse than Glasgow junkies. Maybe I'm just used to Glasgow junkies, but I come here and I'm like, these freaks are terrifying, man.
I mean, I had a guy the other night at I was like flyering, and he just kind of came up and he's like, would you like to buy like cocaine, acid, whatever?
I met that guy. You want cocaine? You want acid?
And did he whip it out? Before
yeah.
He whipped it out.
And I was like,
nah, man. And then he looked really angry at me for not wanting any. And then he like just saw like a beer on the table that no one was at, sculled it, went to put it back down on the table, and then just threw it at the wall. And I was like, fair enough. That's like fucking fair enough, bro. Like,
I've met him twice.
Really?
Coke acid guy.
Coke acid
It's
guy.
such a weird thing to say because do you want coke is setting up a very specific type of night.
Yeah.
And then the acid type of person is a very different type of person. It's good that it goes to both demographics, you know?
But like, do you think he just robbed that off a guy? And he's like...
Well, he has it consistently, though.
Really? Okay. I don't know.
I've met him 4 days apart and he's still got the same tagline.
Maybe he's just a really bad salesman. He bought one of every drug and now he's down to cocaine and acid. And he's trying to shift it, but he's very aggressive.
Oh, man. Where did you meet him? Cowgate?
Petrie, just outside Petrie.
He gets around, man.
He moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the train spotting thing was all Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm.
But like Glasgow's got junkies too. Is it heroin up here? Is that the drug?
Yeah, there's a lot of heroin going on, yeah.
What else is like? Because Australia's all about meth/ice.
Yeah.
We need energy.
You want to stay up longer because there's loads of fun things to do.
No, it's not true. These are in country towns, dude, where there is nothing ever to do.
But the sun's out.
Yeah, I think you just run around scratching yourself. That's the vibe.
I met some meth heads, man, when I was in Perth.
Dude, meth is like very scary. I've like been at like a house party and someone's like on meth and just like start punching a wall for like ages, and you're like, that's a lot.
Have you met Gareth Much?
Gareth Munch?
Much?
No.
He gets called Gary Munch quite a lot, but his name's Gareth Much.
Yeah.
He has this story where he was at a house party in like Livingston or something, and like a joint was getting passed around and it came at him and it had like tin foil on it, and he went, "Is this weed?" And the guy was like, "Sure."
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Whatever you said. Okay.
Fun place to grow up
in Glasgow.
It's great.
I mean, it sounds like it though. Like I don't think I've ever met anyone from Glasgow who doesn't like it. Like it's kind of like, well, that's
maybe it's Stockholm syndrome though, you know.
Right. You don't know.
It's a good place to grow up. you can go be weird if you want, and you can go fight in the streets if you want. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can do anything.
I like that those are your things. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can be weird or fight people. Those are you can anything.
What else is there?
What else is there? I don't know. Staying in.
You can do that if that's your prerogative.
What about the What about?
There was a bit of controversy on this podcast the last time you had a Scottish guy on.
Well, yeah, because of the Gareth Waugh
Uh-huh.
being like more comedians are Celtic fans than Rangers fans.
100%.
He's right.
Yeah. Of course.
But you're just saying there is controversy there.
Oh, there was controversy on the Scottish Comedy Forum because someone was like, "Hey, this is bullshit," and then they listened to it and they went, "No, that was a good point."
Yeah, I mean, it does seem weird that you guys. I like to think it just gives you something to do, you know, like the Celtic Rangers thing, like it just...
It's tribalism, man.
Yeah, because like you don't have like a whole bunch of diversity here, so you got to
make a new type of racism. Yeah.
You can't just have them all getting on.
Oh, it's the thing I don't like about it is that it's old issues.
Right.
You know, like, I don't know what the fuck I was going to say there. I was going to be like, I understand if you hate Irish people. That's not what I'm saying at all. I love Irish people, but
that's an obvious point of view that anyone can relate to.
Listen, we all hate immigrants. Right? That's not what I'm saying, but I was like, I can understand that divide if you were like a British person and then there was a huge wave of immigration for Ireland. There would be tensions, but we're just fucking old, man.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm not saying like, hey, we should be hating Polish people. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, man. All I'm saying is...
I think what you're saying is like, at that time, the Irish people were immigrants, and you can understand why people get worried about immigrants because like they're worried about their job and shit like that.
Even though it's bullshit, yeah.
Yeah, even though it's not like a great idea, it's relatable. Like, it's understandable.
Yeah, it's like Seinfeld. It's just relatable and nice.
It's like, you know, every male comedian being like, I just don't know if I like these women doing it. Again, not something I think, just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I get that. So that was the thing. It was the Irish immigration that
I've never understood it. Like,
okay.
I had like a Rangers uncle and a Celtic uncle and like my gran and granddad. My gran was a Catholic and my granddad was a Protestant, and when they got married, like their families like pretty much exiled them because they were like, you can't fucking do that, you know.
Yeah,
so it's like a mixed marriage.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's how white places used to be. You know what I mean? Like, we got a mixed marriage. What do you mean? Well, one of them is Catholic.
Yeah. It's such a weird war between like the Pope and the Queen.
Yeah,
it's like they're very similar.
But it was just like I think about this sometimes, like, you know, if Henry VIII's first wife was just slightly better at getting pregnant, wouldn't be a thing.
No Catholicism.
No Catholicism. Well,
no
Catholicism only. No Protestantism. Yeah.
100% Catholics.
Yeah, just everybody. Which, like, I mean, I don't think the world needs more Catholics. I think it needs more Protestants. I think it's fine.
I think whoever shows up's cool with me, man, as long as you're willing to ride the wave.
That is the most nothing statement I've ever heard. Like, it's impressive in its nothingness. That's like when you ask like a high school person a question and they're just like, how do I get out of this? What was I gonna... So,
pardon me.
Was Glasgow industrial back in the day?
Second site of the empire, baby.
What? The second most industrial?
Second site of the empire. It was like behind London. It was like where all the industry was done.
Really?
Yeah.
What were the industries? And is it gone or is it still there?
Man, I'm not a historian, but I'll give you a rough...
Yeah, give me a breakdown.
Idiot's guess.
That's what this is all about.
Oh, okay.
I come on this thing, I don't know shit. And
we used to make boats, man.
Boats?
Yeah, Clyde built ships. That was the best type of ship you could get.
Clyde built. Clyde built. No, I thought clay. I didn't know clay in the water.
Clay built ships, man. We threw some fucking pots together. Yeah. Made them boats.
Okay, so the Clyde built ships. They were the best ships.
The best ones. So
it's got a port, Glasgow.
Big river.
A river.
It has a port. Yeah, it's got Port Glasgow, but it's got a big old river in it.
Okay, and then you guys would make those and then ship them out to like Manchester and Liverpool, where they'd use the ships for stuff.
You've got a Scouse guy here, and he's probably gonna fucking shout at me if he hears this. they probably built them as well, but we were better. Yeah.
You built them better.
Yeah.
Best ships, Glasgow.
100%.
Okay, and then obviously the shipbuilding industry
Still.
probably. Is it still going? The shipbuilding?
I was washing this woman's hair once, and she was like, "I work on the shipyards," and I was like, "What?" I thought that was like made up. Well, not made up, but like, I thought it was like past stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, we still make ships," and I was like, "For who? Who the fuck is riding the ships, man?
Actually, fuck.
In this day and age."
Wasn't Billy Connolly?
Yeah, he was in the shipyards.
Yeah,
man.
that's how he started, right? Oh yeah, fuck, I didn't know that. Because he's a Glasgow man.
He's a big Glasgow man.
Is that probably the most famous Glaswegian?
He's the biggest one, yeah.
The biggest one? Not just in comedy, in anything.
I'd say so. He's probably, he's iconic, man.
Okay. What about number 2? Who's getting the number 2 slot? Who are your celebs?
Bridges, he's pretty big.
Kevin Bridges?
Yeah, he's pretty famous.
Oh, he's staying in like comedy.
Yeah, okay. Fucking...
What, like actors or anything?
Yeah.
Is Ewan McGregor Glasgow?
Nah, he's for fucking Edinburgh Fife or some shit.
Okay.
Or maybe somewhere else, actually. He's... No offense. If you're listening to this, and he listens to a lot of my podcast appearances, no disrespect to Ewan McGregor, but go ride your motorbike into the fucking desert again. Anyway... What were you saying? Fucking, who's famous in Glaswegian?
Yeah, who's like famous? Yeah, from Glasgow. Because I mean, Connolly's like obviously number 1.
Aye, 100%.
Like, but who's number 2?
I'm really drawing a blank, man.
I know you're really struggling. Like you've just had a coffee, but I've never seen a coffee relax a man like this. Like usually people have a coffee, they get a bit jittery. Ed is just like, oh, sorry, Chris. Fucking hell, I'm tired as well. Chris is just like sunken into his chair. This Fringe man,
great, man.
Week 4.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely
mentally drained.
Done.
You checked out?
Physically exhausted.
Do you have like a plan post Fringe? Like, do you have like a vacay or anything?
Me and my girlfriend were going to have an anniversary thing.
How long together?
3 years exactly.
Met at the Fringe.
Met at the Fringe.
And now you've got the 3-year anniversary post Fringe.
What?
Are you going on holiday? Where do Scottish people holiday? You guys sun holiday, right?
I went to New York a couple of months ago.
Oh, fancy boy.
Yeah, first holiday in like 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I think Australians we
You go like Bali or some shit, don't you?
Yeah, we do that. That's our vibe. Like Bali's like our like Mallorca, that kind of shit. Like, but I mean like there's kind of like 2 Balis. You can do like the like get drunk on the beach Bali, or you can like do like a yoga retreat where you don't talk for a week. I'd kind of be up for that now. I'm slowly becoming more spiritual, I think. Not like spiritual, like as in I believe in shit, but like maybe mental health is important. Like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I'm spiritual. No?
Yeah, looking after your brain.
Yeah. And like
I've tried meditating.
How'd it go?
It's fucking boring, man. You know? Nothing happens. I know that's the point.
I think we're not
lose
good at
interest very quickly.
Yeah, I think we're not good at it because I think this is the thing. I think Australia and Scotland get on quite well, like as countries.
It's because you're just fucking us, man.
Yeah.
We built those fucking ships that got you over there in the first place.
You supplied the vessels.
Yeah.
That would have been no way you wouldn't be building ships then. Not the wood ones.
Probably.
Dude, we're like 1776.
Yeah.
Fuck off. That was
Glasgow's
you.
old. It's like 1400s or something.
I'm gonna look.
Don't look it up.
No, I'm gonna like absolutely not. Nah, but like I think just culturally we kind of get on. I think Australians and Scottish people would have the same issue with like meditation, for example. Whereas like someone from like LA would just lean the fuck in.
Yeah.
Like this is great.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I feel better.
Well, define what type of there's a couple of different types of people from LA. Like,
nah, they're all the same.
like
dude.
Compton's into meditation.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Wait, you haven't seen like
I think Easy E was doing a lot of meditating.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, nah, I reckon so though. I think like I guarantee most gangster rappers have a therapist. Like these days.
Only because of The Sopranos though.
They like think it makes them harder.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like I'm still finishing The Sopranos.
I got like 2 seasons and I was like, this is good, but I don't know what's the rest of it.
Does Glasgow have a show? Do you guys have a thing?
Man, I've not been in 3 weeks.
Not been in 3 weeks, so you forget where you're from. Be like me, like
we have a soap called River City.
River City.
And it's, I mean, I know people who write it, but it's dire.
So that's like a Neighbours kind of.
Oh, sub-neighbours.
Sub-neighbours.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Neighbours, if there was a hard man running around and someone was like, stop selling those drugs.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Glasgow, does Glasgow have fucking...
Do you feel homesick from Glasgow?
Yes.
Even though you're in Edinburgh?
Yes.
Which is like...
But over time I've learned to appreciate this place, not in comparison, but for its own unique joys.
Because like what? The distance between Glasgow and Edinburgh is like 40 minutes on a train?
42.
Yeah. It's nothing. Like nothing. Like absolutely nothing. But I mean, you guys seem to treat them like they're incredibly different. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying that like the distance, like if I was 42 minutes on a train outside of where I lived in Sydney, I would still be in Sydney.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh yeah, I guess this bit isn't as nice as my bit, but it's like the same city. Yeah,
they're pretty close geographically, but they're, because of the fact that Edinburgh's on the east coast, which faces Europe, and then Glasgow's on the west coast, which faces Ireland and then America. There's like pretty different vibes.
Very different vibes based on the alignment.
Based on the coasts.
The coasts. Okay, that's fun.
West coast is the best coast.
West coast, best coast? No wonder you're all about that Compton shit.
East coast is the least coast, man.
This is absolute trash.
This is top quality podcasting.
This is like two men who are mentally drained. Really giving it a go. Like I am genuinely trying to give you fucking everything I got, but I am struggling also.
It's fine, man. This is a good... what do you think about the Counting House?
I like the Counting House.
Yeah.
Like apparently it used to be like much more like a proper
hub.
Pub.
A hub, yeah.
A hub, and then now it's kind of been like Weatherspooned. That's what someone explained to me.
That's interesting. Has it been bought up? Or they've just kind of made...
They've just kind of made it like nicer, like, more serving space, like tables, like kind of taking the character out of it. Which like I find interesting, like, because I assume Glasgow, if you had like a big industry that just is nowhere near the same size anymore.
No,
it must have had that process where it goes through like just kind of massive decline, and then it's starting to get gentrified now. Like they're like revamping the docks and all that shit.
Alistair Gray writes about it, and he says that because we don't make anything anymore, now we've post-industrial towns just become places where you do nice things. It's nice to go there.
Yeah.
So like it has to get gentrified, yeah. And,
it's
in the process. I'm in a bit. I've moved from the East End to the West End. So I've moved from the rough bit to the nice bit. So it's more of a lateral slide. But I'm just doing material now. But it's I live in a wee fancy bit full of students and Chinese restaurants and stuff.
Okay. Because I think you guys actually have more Asian people in Edinburgh and in Edinburgh I haven't been through Glasgow enough than like in London. I find like the lack of Asian people in London really odd.
Have you been to Chinatown, man?
Yeah, but like that's bullshit. Like here they're just like around and like because for me that's what I'm used to because in Australia it's like I really miss it. And then like here I got fucking lit up by this Chinese girl last night at the show. It was so funny.
What?
Yeah, I was just like because it was a really small show, so I was like talking to the whole crowd. This is the Australian compilation. And I realized I hadn't spoken to her, and I was like, "Oh, hey, sorry, like, I haven't spoken to you. Like, what do you do? Blah blah." And she was like, "Oh, I'm a student." And I was like, "Oh yeah, cool." And she was just like really quiet, kind of like Chinese girl, glasses, kind of thing. And I was like, "Oh, what are you over here studying?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm doing sports science and management." And I was like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah, I know it's not maths or commerce, but And I was like, "Fuck, she got me so good."
She nailed you.
Nailed me. I didn't mean that. Just to be clear, again.
They could see what was going on inside your head, man.
That is the one group that just I can't cop racism on that. I went in high school. I used to hang out with like all the Asian dudes for like 2 years. It was just me and them.
You think that's enough?
That's enough. Going to karaoke and shit, mate.
I've been to karaoke.
With Asian people?
No.
Exactly. Probably did it in the middle of a bar. Nah, go to the booth.
Go to the booth.
Get some teas
Fire
in,
at the booth.
Fire in the booth. So
I was getting a taxi drive home recently from a taxi driver.
Whoa.
And he drove past this Indian restaurant that was closing, and he went, "That's a fucking shame. That's a shame. That'll be a fucking noodle bar. I was like, what kind of shit racist is sad when an Indian closes to
It's a tragedy.
Yeah.
Well, isn't like, is the UK like official national cuisine, like curry or something?
Yeah. Oh, Scotland invented tikka masala.
Bullshit.
No, that's an episode of QI, so I'm not going to act as if I'm like hot taking it. But basically, some guy was in a fucking restaurant. He's like, this curry's too spicy, and the chef was like, put some fucking yogurt in it or something, cream or whatever, and then they made it, and now it's ours.
Chicken tikka masala. It's a good curry.
Thanks, man.
You guys are responsible for a lot, and it does go through the.
We invented the television.
What?
We invented the television.
No.
We did. We invented the telephone. Or one of the two.
I thought Alexander Graham Bell was American.
Alexander Graham Bell? Yeah, the most fucking Scottish name possible.
All right. He did the TV and the telephone.
And a telephone.
He did the telephone. I don't think he did the TV.
No, we done the telephone with someone else.
Oh, okay.
And we invented penicillin.
Really?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, I think this is the thing about you guys. Like, you have that kind of rough thing, but you're also very learned. Like,
well, that's the thing. Like, I meet people, like, I go on nights out, because we do this, go to, like, Manchester,
yeah.
Liverpool, Newcastle, and I'm, like, in pubs, and I'm like, these freaks are fucking crazy, man. And everybody thinks Glasgow is, like, wild, but, like, we get free university education. So if you're just kind of like a stoned bam and you're like, fuck, man, I don't want to get a job, I'll just go to uni for a bit for free. We have a more learned fuck up, you know? Our people are just kind of like, you can have it if you get a good grade, you can go for free. So I go down south and I'm like, man, you guys could do with some free university education.
That is so funny. We've got more learned fuck-ups in Scotland. You know that fucking loser you've got? Yeah, well, our cunt's got a degree.
Or they went for 9 months and then dropped out for pathetic reasons.
To keep love alive. That is a pathetic reason.
Yeah.
Was she a Glaswegian lady?
I don't want to talk about her.
You don't want to talk about her?
But yes.
But yes. No, because like was Australian like were your parents and shit kind of like, oh, an Australian. Okay.
Everybody thinks it's as such a status
symbol.
Yeah, to be like have an Australian. I say it top of my set. It's like I have a tall blonde Australian girlfriend, and the crowds are like, what? This guy? Really?
Yeah. Is that seriously a status symbol?
100%, man.
Why?
It's exotic.
Australia, but where does white people too? Like, you know.
You've been in the sun for a while.
Okay.
I used to have a joke where I said the Australian people are proof that British people are like fruit, because if you leave them in the sun too long, they go bad.
I mean, that is a ridiculous joke. When we're an objectively better group than you.
Why do you like that?
Pardon?
What?
Why
do you like that?
I do think that.
Do you think Australia's better than Britain?
I mean,
Australians are better than British? I mean, British people are terrible just now. We've really fucked it.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Why have you guys... What's with the loyalty to England up here? Is it
I
a
fucking hate
financial
England,
thing?
man.
No, but like the loyalty politically.
I mean, I probably shouldn't say that.
No, that's fine.
On a
All you guys
podcast.
do. Yeah, of course. You guys hate English people.
I mean, we're colonized by them, you know?
Yeah, but like, you had the election like so recent. Like, was it surprising that it didn't go through? Like the referendum?
Man, that was embarrassing. Do you know what they said to us?
What?
They said, if you leave, you're not allowed in the European Union anymore. And we went, all right. And then as soon... Well, that sounds bad. So a lot of people voted no for Scottish independence because they didn't want to leave the EU. And then as soon as it was done, they were like, right, we're leaving the EU. And you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, man.
That's so funny.
Part of me wants Britain to just commit fucking seppuku just so as that it'll be so bad that we can get another vote, and then people will be like, let's fucking leave, man. Like, I want Boris Johnson to fucking grab Britain by the neck and just fucking bend it over and fuck it. Just so as that like Scotland could be free.
But like, do you guys have like enough economy? Because you guys have the oil, right? You guys like have
Got
the
a
secret
lot of
oil
that
no one knows about.
Oh, we know. It's up there.
You just like secret Dubai.
Well, it's weird, yeah. It's weird. It's weird because like a lot of kind of Scottish independence people are quite like woke environmentalists, but they're like, hey, we've got loads of oil, and you're like, it's kind of hard to have those two fucking points of view at the same time.
I mean, you gotta pay for all this independence somehow.
You know,
what I
we
mean?
make whiskey and shit.
Yeah, make whiskey. What else? Like, there's tourism, obviously.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tourism. I didn't know that before coming here.
No,
I didn't think that like Scotland was like a tourist destination.
Edinburgh is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glasgow's not really like that.
Edinburgh and the Highlands.
Yeah,
right?
you go up there, there's loads of Americans up there.
Yeah. Like, I just never in my head was like, oh, you gotta get a tour of Scotland. And then like, oh no, it's like they got the Harry Potter thing.
Oh god,
What's with that?
that's embarrassing.
I mean, you look like someone who likes Harry Potter though.
I love Harry Potter, man.
But the tours are embarrassing.
But J.K. Rowling was like one of these anti-Scottish independence people, and she pure spoke out about it, even though she's like a fucking English bitch and fucking.
She spoke out against Scottish independence.
Yeah, she was like,
Why?
no, better together. And you're like, you fucking rich dick.
You fucking rat.
Eddie Izzard as well, man. He's fucking English, and he done a wee tour of Scotland where he was like, please
Wait, who's
don't
this?
go. Eddie Izzard.
Really?
Yeah, I like him, man, but I met him in the loft like 3 years ago, and someone was like, talk to Eddie Izzard, and I was like, oh, hey, man. And he was giving me all this great advice, but the whole time I was just like, no voter, no voter, no voter, no voter, you dirty bastard.
So like is your generation of Scottish people mostly leave? That is in
Leave?
independence?
Well, that's the thing, because the
Independence, sorry.
arguments for Brexit and Scottish independence are pretty much identical, but nobody agrees with both of them. It's like, we can go alone and we'll do better by ourselves.
Right.
But for both of them, but everybody disagrees.
Yeah. So
It's
it's like the Leave voters want Scotland to stay part of the
Yeah.
UK, and the Remain voters want
And
Scotland
the people who wanted to leave,
Yeah.
well, don't want to leave.
for the same reasons for both.
For exactly the same reasons, but in
Amazing.
opposite directions, which is what makes me question all of it and just go, I don't have an opinion.
Yeah. I think because like Australia is like quite embarrassing politically, but like
Big Scott,
we just
what's his name? Scott Morrison.
Scott Morrison, yeah.
He sounds like a fucking X-Men's normal name.
Scott Morrison.
Cyclops is Scott Morrison.
Yeah, he thought he was just a regular politician.
What's that, Pauline Hanson, man? She's got some wild ideas.
Dude, there's so much like, particularly within Australia, like you just got to remember that like those people like get elected by an area that's got a population of like 700, and like then everyone's like, you guys are fucking crazy. It's like no, like 700 people are fucking crazy.
What was the name of that guy who was like, listen, if you got a gay marriage, may 1,000 blossoms bloom. But we're not going to talk about it until we start talking about all the people in Victoria getting eaten by crocodiles.
Oh, that Bob Catter for
He
sure.
was fucking cool, man.
Dude, Bob Catter's a fucking hero. Like he's so just insane. Like he's just like, yeah, he's like the bit of the UK that like the bit of Australia that like he represents is like bigger than Scotland. Like it's huge, and there's like 1,000 people there, and like yeah, it's just Australia is just coming here. You just realize like Australia is like
So big. Yeah.
and like so untamed and so uninhabited. Like
Yeah. When I was in Perth, it felt like the Wild West. And I
Yeah.
loved that. I loved being... I was just in Northbridge in Perth, and I was like, this is the fucking saloons, man. And there's dust in the air. Everybody's drunk.
yeah.
Anything could happen here,
Dude,
man.
you got to go to Darwin. Darwin's when it's like Darwin, Australia. I don't think I've ever spoken about Darwin, but Darwin is like there's a US Army base.
Oh, God.
From like back in the war. There's like mining, like people who mine get flown there for like the little R&R kind of thing. And then there's like this, I forget the other industry there, but like basically it's like I swear it's like 30 men to every woman.
Fuck that.
Like it's wild shit,
Yeah.
and they just get wrecked
Just
all
coked
day, just like all in their high vis. Just like when I was there, the guy, he was the safety inspector, like the head guy, and he only got that job because he like fucked heaps of girls and would tell everyone the stories. He's like, he's great, promote him. Swear to God, this is
He
all
should be in charge of
safety.
lives.
And then like he's just an alcoholic, and like he would drink all day. He was like my friend's friend. And then yeah, they had to remove him from that position because on like Australia Day he was caught like just driving like a mini tractor like 30 beers deep, like just like so far over the limit.
Yeah.
But buying more beers, like that's what he was doing. Dude, chaos. Like when I was in
It
Darwin.
doesn't sound like somewhere I'd want to go.
No, it's kind of scary. Like they'll talk about like their guns and shit. Like it's proper like Southern States USA shit.
Right.
But like yeah, and then I was doing like some shows up there, and like there would be lines for the bar at 10 a.m. Like there'd be like 7 people waiting for the waiting to get served, and you're like, what? What the fuck?
Nah, not for me. I liked Perth. I liked Adelaide as well.
Yeah, but you haven't been there with your lady. That's weird. Does she like Australia or no?
Yeah, she likes it, man, but we're just trying to put down some roots, bro.
Trying to put out some roots here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a homebody, man. I realised that.
Right.
I'm quite like, I like my wee flat, and just like, she's there, and the PlayStation's there, and the fridge. I'm like, anytime I go away to do gigs, like when I started doing comedy, I'd be like, I love going down to England. It's an adventure. I love my mum and dad. I'm getting away from them. Fucking, let's go to London and see what happens. And now I'm like, I cannot wait to be back in my bed, man. Which is bad for being a professional troubadour.
I don't think many comedians actually like the travel. Like, I think very few.
I liked it when I started.
But I think that's because it's just kind of novel. Like, I mean, I've been here like 18 months. Like the first time like going to Europe, I was like, oh my God, amazing. Whereas now I'm just like, how do I get in and out of this cunt without speaking to anyone? Like, just like, but Dan, you've never been to that country before. I'm like, so whatever, I don't care. They're all the same. That's my big thing at the moment. Like, I realize that wherever I go in the world, I stay or live in the same suburb. So I just live the same existence wherever I go. It's so brutal. Like where I lived in Sydney was like kind of hipster, like Redfern area. Where I live in London is Shoreditch, which is the same.
Yeah.
When I go to New York, I stay in Williamsburg or Bushwick, which is the same. And when I went to LA just before, I was in Venice, which is the same. Like it's
you really love long blacks.
Yeah, I am a long black guy, actually. Yeah, fucking if you have milk in your coffee, you're a fucking child.
Hey, grow up.
Stop sucking on your
I
mum's
say that as
titty.
someone who looks like a wee boy, but grow the fuck up.
You do have that. You're like, you're not representative of like the Glasgow type.
No.
But I feel like you're super Glaswegian though. Like,
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. You look like a kind of hipster boy, which I assume you are.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I don't look at you being like, oh, what a strange man. He mustn't fit in Glasgow. Like, I think you probably do.
You need to not get your head kicked in. Yeah. But I mean, I walk around with black skinny jeans. Is that common with jeans?
Lovely stuff. As he cleans it off, has a taste of it, then cleans it off. This is a hell of a podcast. It's powerful. This is a deep in the end of the fest pod.
I didn't have to say that. I know. I could have just seen the cover of my jeans and went, I'll clean that later.
I think the listeners appreciate the honesty, to be honest. But no, just like, do you like is the Glasgow thing like kind of like a big man, like, construction
well, I'm tidy,
site?
man, so obviously I have a complex.
You have a complex?
The amount of times I've nearly fucking hooked some posh English drama cunt this Fringe. I swear to God. I screamed at someone the other night. I screamed at them.
Why? About what?
Me and Roscoe were standing outside our flat, smoking cigarettes at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
As is our wont.
Sure.
And then these people came out of Palmyra. There was like 2 guys, 2 girls, and they were like, oh. And I was like, like literally that laugh. And then one of them went, oh my God, remember when I don't know why I done a fucking Kiwi accent there, but it was like, oh my God, remember when we were living over there in that flat? And they like gestured towards our flat. And the other one went, yeah, but you wouldn't want to stay there now. I mean, look at those 2 fucking tinks outside. And Roscoe didn't hear them. But I was like...
They said tinks outside. My God.
And I went, what's that? And the guy went, oh, nothing. And I went, maybe one of the worst threats of all time, but I went, enjoy your pizza. And the guy absolutely nailed me back because he was like, yeah, I will. That's what pizza's for. obviously my ego was bruised, so then I upped it and I went, fucking kill yourself or I will kill you.
Oh my god!
But that's just the pressures of the Fringe, man.
I love that you started off with like the kind of pre-fight banner of a musical.
Enjoy
And then
your
went,
pizza.
Fucking kill yourself. Oh my god! Does that? Do you reckon you can get out of fights because of the Glasgow accent?
100%.
Just like the Eddie Murphy thing.
Well,
Like,
Roscoe didn't hear them, so he was wondering why I was shouting at these children. But he was like, you don't say stuff like kill yourself or I will kill you. You just go, do you want fucking stabbed? And then they go, oh, I've heard about this actually. So next time someone annoys me, I'm just gonna fucking growl at them or something.
is that the go-to threat? Do you want fucking stabbed?
I remember I got mugged once, and
Yeah.
the mugger ran away and shouted back, "You've been mugged." To make it clear.
Yeah.
We were like, I don't know what happened. I thought this was just an unusual social situation.
The mugger had a catchphrase,
Yeah.
which is nice. Do you get in fights? I've never been in a fight. I don't know.
I've only been in a fight in Edinburgh.
You've only been in a fight in Edinburgh
Yeah, I've never been in a fight in Glasgow. Really.
during the Fringe.
Yeah, first Fringe I ever did.
Really?
Hung out with some guys I went to uni with,
Yeah.
and we went to Hive.
Hive till 5?
Hive till 5.
First year in Edinburgh, I did that 3 times.
God.
So good.
I didn't make it to 5, man,
Oh
because
my god.
all my friends were at the fucking, they were getting pints, and I wanted a cocktail or something, so I went to the little cocktail bit, and I came back through my wee rum and coke or whatever, and this guy bumped into me, and I rolled my eyes at him,
Yeah.
and he didn't like that, and all his friends were there, and they were like, what the fuck are you doing, like, eh? So, I don't know, they all squared up to me, and I just headbutted one of them.
You headbutted the guy?
Yeah.
That was your first fight move.
Yeah, and I made a mistake, because at that point I went, I'm sure this is done now. So I just turned around to walk away, and they disagreed. So they like slapped me in the back of the head, like cracked me right, like donkey punch right to the occipital bone, and then I collapsed. And the bouncer just seen that, so he's like, "Why are you punching that tiny boy in the head?" So they all got flung out.
Right. Jesus.
Yeah.
I love that you started a fight with it. The first fight you ever been in, you went to headbutt. That's wild. Not even a shove. You're like, fucking bang.
I think if I shoved them, they would have. I'm a preemptive strike guy, you know.
Well, fucking clearly with the headbutt. That
Yeah.
pizza guy should count himself lucky.
And I just keep rewinding the pizza thing in my head and being like, what should I have done? Like, I just wanted to go. In hindsight, I wish I went up and just slapped the pizza out his hand and went, go buy another one, cunt. But
That's, you reckon, the ultimate victory?
well, maybe I was thinking maybe the best way to do it would just be go, I fucking read your 2-star review and it seemed fair.
Now, I think with like drama people, you got to go like deep.
Mm.
It's just like, regardless of your level of success, your dad will never be proud of you. Got to hit him deep in the.
Oh man,
in
he
the
knows that
middle-class
already,
fields.
man. He knows that.
No, but he doesn't want you to know that. That's the key. That's the key for that kind of shit. I don't know. Yeah, how do you get received overseas as a Scottish person? Do you guys like when you travel? Do you have a good rep in New York? Did they love you?
I didn't do any stand up in New York. I just went to go on holiday, man.
No, but just like talking to people, just being like,
Oh, do you know New York's one of those places where it's like London, where they don't give a fuck where you're from, man. They're like, we meet people all the time.
but I think
This
that,
isn't interesting that you have a weird voice.
No, I disagree with that because like when I'm
They're
Australian-
lovely to you. They're like, oh my god, what are you doing here? You gotta go to Soho. You gotta go to Williamsburg. That's where all the cool young people are. And you're
Yeah.
like, well, okay.
I had a guy give me directions and then follow me to a gig, and he got like before me. He was like, "Hey Dan, just wanted to check sure that you made it.
Aww.
Looking forward to the performance."
In New York?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Dude, it was so nice. I've never seen anyone be that nice outside of America. I don't know why Americans
Glasgow
have a
does
bad
that.
reputation. They're so nice.
Yeah, they're really pleasant.
Yeah, they're just good to you.
Well, in New York, then. I mean, I don't know, but it's a case by case basis. But I found New Yorkers very, very friendly.
Yeah, and like, what
Really
about in
sweet.
Europe? Do they? Have you been to Europe post Brexit? Are they like, hey,
Man,
we're so sorry about what's happening to you guys because of these goddamn English people?
I haven't been
Haven't been.
in Europe for a long time, man.
Just the homebody.
Well, just because I've been doing stand-up and I've not been offered any gig. I've been to Ireland a couple of times. I like it there.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't want to get into what that is. But
How do the Irish?
oh, they're great.
They
I
like you.
love Irish gigs. I love them. They're so fucking drunk, and they just hate English people. So it's very easy
Right. So
to manipulate their emotions.
do you guys get to gang up? You guys get to be like,
Yeah.
these fucking English, right? Oh, these fucking English.
They're
dude.
like, yeah.
That's funny because I did Northern Ireland and I got in trouble by referring to them as British.
They would hate that.
But
well, half of them would love it and half of them would hate it.
Yeah, I didn't get in proper trouble because they're like, "Oh, you're Australian, you don't know anything." That's that's such a blessing.
Did you hear about that time? I think it was Chris Rock was doing stand up in Dublin.
Yeah,
And he was like, "You guys have the Queen on your money," and they were like, "No, we fucking don't."
just so mad,
Yeah, they very upset.
very upset with them. All right, well, man, we're almost. I think we've hit it. We've
What's
made
that? How long was that?
55 of the
You
best.
cool with that?
I'm cool with that.
I'm sorry, man.
No,
Last week, the friend. Let's do a sequel.
we'll do a sequel, a follow up.
Yeah.
Chris energized
What other
Macarthur-Boyd.
fights has he had?
Just like a retrospective, like Chris Boyd's greatest knockouts. I still can't believe you led with a headbutt. That's still the most insane.
Oh, my
shit.
head's huge. And
You
my
have a huge-
hands are so small.
Just did a real risk assessment.
Yeah, I was like, well, how much damage can this do? It's like mace versus like halberd, you know?
That is a fucking nerdy ass comparison. That's like I played a lot of MMORPGs.
Yeah, this is a morning start up here, man. You know?
Well, no, I asked two questions before the end of the pod. One, is there, if you couldn't live in Glasgow, where would you live?
When I was in New York, I was like, I do not know if I could cut it here. I think it might kill me, but I'd love to try to give it a bash.
I have that exact same feeling about New York.
I think it would grind me up
It's scary.
and chew me up and just fucking shit me out like yesterday's diarrhea.
Would you ever live in Australia if your lady wanted to go back?
Never been to Melbourne, never been to Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
It's too hot, man.
Too hot.
It's way too hot.
You're a fan of the winter weather.
I can take wind well. I'm built for wind.
You can take wind well.
Yeah.
I cannot take wind
Yeah,
well. This
Australian people
wind
cannot handle it at all. It's
fucking
hilarious.
Wild.
These are like, my ears. See, when I walk through wind, I don't even feel it, man. I'm like made of stones and shit. I'm like a golem.
But it's just so annoying. Like, I think wind is far more annoying than rain.
No way.
100%.
What's annoying about wind?
Just it knocks shit over. Like you
It knocks you over with stuff you're leaving outside that you're like,
so
oh.
many things. I got a tower of cards. Got all these wind chimes that just chime too much.
Yeah, well,
That's how little wind there is in Australia. People in Australia have wind chimes.
They
and
never
they're
hear
not
them.
annoying. They're pleasant. If you had a wind chime in Edinburgh, just be like, fucking shut up.
we don't sell them, man.
You sell them?
No, we don't sell them.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Because it's so fucking annoying.
It'll be absurd. All right, anyway, in the UK, if not New York?
Maybe I could live here. I could live in Edinburgh.
You reckon Edinburgh will be number 2?
No, I don't know, man. I don't really want to live anywhere else, man. I've never.
I've found that
Manchester, maybe.
Manchester? Okay.
I could not live in London.
I
It's
fa-
so sad.
I love that, yeah, everyone hates on London. I mean, I like it. Like, I have a very easy time there. I like it.
I was scared to go to New York because I thought it would be like London, and it's nothing like it.
You think it's nothing like it?
Nothing like it.
Weird.
Completely different vibes.
Why? Give me, narrow it down.
I think it's because I've been brought up as a Scottish person to think that London is arsey. So even when I do like it, it's like in spite of that. Whereas New York in my dreams has always been like where I want to be. So to go there and it's alright, I was like, this is brilliant.
I get
It's
that.
just so fucking much cooler, man.
I get that. I think that's interesting. That like you've just been told London's shit, because I think London's got like so much cool shit
It's
going
great.
on all the time.
Yeah, you can do anything there. It's like a better version. Well, not a better version of Glasgow, but it's like I like places where whatever you're into, you can just go do it.
Yeah, immediately and easily, and it won't
easily.
be overcrowded.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Sydney. There's not enough stuff.
You have like a fucking law, don't you?
We got all these laws there that make it really hard to put stuff on.
Curfew.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Got to go home at 8.
What is this? 1984 by George Orwell, the book.
Mate, I know that you didn't finish university, but you don't need to project, you know? That's funny. Yeah, Manchester. But I find, I think UK people are very loyal to, like, their town.
Yeah, it's
more so.
embarrassing. I'm trying to get rid of that.
Why? I think it's nice. I think it's...
Civic pride.
I was going to say, like, cute, but that's a bit rude.
It is cute.
Yeah.
It is cute when you're like, oh, bloody love my place. But you're
Yeah.
like, come on. Have you been to other places? They're also good.
A lot of them haven't.
I know.
That's the thing. Australians, I think, we hate our place because we've been to all the other places. Like, that's our thing. We go.
Just fucking
We
all over the
leave.
place, man. Yeah.
We're dope at it.
Yeah.
We're really good at leaving Australia. We're really bad at being in Australia, but we're very good at leaving Australia. But we are getting worse, I think, as tourists. Like, when I see Australians abroad now, I'm kind of like, ugh, yuck.
Yeah.
Because we've got too much disposable income. We need to be poorer to keep those bogans at home. That's what we need to do.
Bogans.
Keep them at home, brother.
Bogans, man. That's a cute word.
Bogans. You think that's
It's
cute?
like a wee bogey monster. It's a bogan. They're
Dude,
not good.
You guys, I think, yeah, Scottish slang is dope. I'm so into jobby. I think jobby's like
Jobby's cool, man.
such a good word for it.
Because it feels like a job sometimes.
Oh, man. Chris Boyd, where can people find you?
What's the other question?
What?
What's the other question?
Oh, no, it's just how we sign off the podcast
Oh.
and make you do something.
Sorry, bro.
That's okay.
You can cut this out. Or leave in.
No, just say your socials or your website. Where do people
I
find
don't have a
you?
website, man.
You have a website.
Christopher Macarthur-Boyd at Macarthur-Boyd on Twitter, at ChrisBoyd619 on Instagram, although I have never posted anything.
You're bad on the gram. I put a beautiful photo up of you with a rose in your mouth.
I don't know how we access that.
It looks cute. I'll show you.
I've seen the picture. I'm like, it might be my fucking Twitter picture, but I don't know how to fucking post things on Instagram. I feel like an old man.
You have old man vibes, which I kind of like, because you're young.
Yeah.
You're very young, but remarkably old.
But you can tell.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna be old soon.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. Honestly, can't wait to wear a suit. And it's
You
know.
can wear a suit.
Oh no.
Actually, at the moment, if you wear a suit, you look like someone going to prom.
Yeah. Ooh.
I've got a corsage.
They call my next friend show Corsage, man. That's cool.
That'd be pretty sick. Yeah, so that's where to find you. That's the best place. Do you have anything out that people can watch? Do you have a show? I think you had a show.
Oh yeah. BBC Scotland. If you go in the iPlayer, even if you're not in Scotland, you can watch Up For It, which is me, Roscoe McClelland, and Ashley Story doing fun stuff. Maybe a season 2 coming out. I don't think it's been announced yet, but maybe.
Oh, baby. Hot scoop.
Hot scoops. You can catch me on BBC Scotland's The Comedy Underground, where I host an episode, do a wee bit of stand up. You can fucking see me on Ed Night in the Morning, Roscoe McClelland's video diary of the Edinburgh Fringe. Have you watched that?
I haven't watched it. Is it good?
Fuck.
Is
If
it
you
amazing?
think hanging out with me and Ed is annoying, you should see hanging out with me and Ed when it's been edited by Roscoe to have loads of stupid sound effects in it.
Oh, God. All right.
14 episodes, man. Anyway, this has been fun, man.
All right, this is how you sign up the podcast. You have to say, cheers, mate.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Fucking beautifully done. clearly dating an Australian. All right, Chris Macarthur-Boyd.
Chukas.
All right, jerk-offs. That was my chat with Christopher Macarthur-Boyd. Super hilarious dude. I'm sure he will be back at Edinburgh Fringe this year. If you enjoyed him, please get around him on social media. And I'm not 100% sure, but I reckon he's going to start popping up on TV soon. He's already on BBC Scotland a bunch. And I'm sure he'll be back on the regular BBC very, very soon. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. No, it's been a while. I'll keep you updated as far as things are going. I'll try and get some guests on in the meantime. Otherwise, Melbourne International Comedy Festival starts the 26th of March. I'll be down there. Plenty of international comedians to talk to. So you guys will hear from me then. And obviously, if you are in Australia, I've got a bunch of festival shows happening all around the country. In Melbourne, Sydney, Newcastle, headlining a club at Canberra, trying to sell that out so we can do 2 shows in the one night. All the information is at my website, www.danielmuggleton.com. Get around us on Twitter at TheUnionJackoff, or get around me at Dan Muggleton. Dan short for Daniel Muggleton, Muggleton, like Harry Potter plus Ton, like the end of every white person's name. I hope you enjoyed my chat with Chris. Just listening to that conversation made me realize how tired I am at the end of a 3 to 4 week arts festival. It is a lot. I think at Edinburgh this year I did over 100 gigs without even breaking a sweat. I was doing 2 shows a day, every day, my solo show and the Australian Comedians Dope Comedy Show. And that voice, that voice is what that sounds like. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you missed me, I've got my comedy special, 3 Stripes, streaming on my YouTube channel. That's all for free. It's my last show in London, filmed at the Bill Murray in Angel. I know Dash came down. I don't know if any other jerk-offs were there, but I appreciate your support as always. I hope you guys are good, and I will speak to you soon. Cheers, mates.
It's time to